Bet y'all didn't think I was really coming back. Hello, all you gorgeous people out there. It's another episode of Chat Time with Mr. Indy, and I'm excited today because we get to finally talk about the newly announced Shantae 5. For those of you who might have been living under a rock for the last couple of weeks, WayForward officially confirmed back on March 25th that Shantae 5 is in development and will be making its way this year. It'll be coming out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC, and the newly announced Apple Arcade platform. Because, you know, Apple couldn't resist dipping their toes into some other form of media. They have, what, the Apple iPods, iPod Nanos, Apple phones, the Apple TV, Apple iPads. This one, I won't be surprised if Apple opens up their own freaking movie theater. You know what? Let me actually look that up real quick. Oh, there's an Apple Cinemas. What do you have? Spider-Man! Reclining seats at $475? Hold up, y'all. I gotta go buy me a movie ticket. All right, for real. So let's stay on topic here. So Shantae 5 is now in development, and with that come a lot of expectations. It's the 5th game in the series. There's a lot that people are hoping for, including myself, and I wanted to go over some of the expectations that I do have for Shantae 5. I want to discuss what I'm hoping for with this new title, and I had about a bajillion things in my head, but I decided, you know what, I'm gonna narrow it down. I'm only gonna talk about 3 specific things that I want to see with Shantae 5. And before we end the video off, I did post a tweet that said I wanted to get some feedback from all of you, so I compiled a few tweets together, and we're going to look at those at the end of my wish list. And I know that a lot of people sent in some feedback, and I'm sorry if I don't get to your tweet if it's missing out, but I can't get to everybody. You know, I'm only one guy. So hopefully I got to as many as I could, and if you feel some type of way about it, you know, you're more than welcome to blow up my Twitter, send hate mail, but don't do that, actually, because I'm very sensitive, and I might actually cry. So the one thing I want to talk about with Shantae 5 is return to Metroidvania game design. What I want for Shantae 5 is to go back to the open explorative areas, dungeons. I definitely want them to have a bigger emphasis on world building and lore building, the same way that Pirate's Curse introduced the elements of Sky's family. We got to get a little bit more about Roddy Top's family, some background on Risky. We saw Scuttletown, after Ammo Baron took over, slowly change into a more militaristic type town. And we even learned about the Secret Land Sultana. I think that there's a whole lot of avenues that WayForward can take with Shantae 5 and expanding upon its lore. And if they want to kind of keep it to Secret Land, I think that's a good idea. I kind of want them to take a non-linear approach where the progression of the story is totally in my control, and I can go on digs with Uncle Mimic and unearth relics and murals that give a little bit more insight into this big world, this world of mystery and fantasy and such great lore. And I think Shantae 5 is the right game to introduce that. I also want them to revamp Shantae's old transformations a little bit and introduce some new ones reasonably. Don't go too bloated with it, but I think one thing we need to do in regards to the transformations is maybe lose the dance animations and take a little bit of inspiration from Have Genie Hero and the little roulette wheel that we had, where you can cycle through your transformations and you can just instantly activate them like on a whim. Because that was one of the things that Pirate's Curse really did right. In Pirate's Curse, your pirate gear just activated at the press of a button, and you essentially got a quadruple jump from the cannon. You had what was essentially your speed booster with the scimitar and Risky's boots. I love Shantae's animal transformations. I actually don't think that they're really that bad of an idea, but they are in a way kind of a pace breaker because you have to stop, do a dance, transform. And I think even WayForward kind of sees that. It's one of the reasons why Shantae only had one dance animation. I think even they kind of want to dial back a bit on that and be like, okay, dancing can be cool, and maybe like the warp dance, if you want to bring that back. you can do a dance animation for that because you're about to teleport somewhere and you already have to stop to figure out where you're warping to anyway, so it's not that big a deal. But for animal transformations or anything else, kind of just let it be snappy, quick, and keep the pace going. In terms of new transformations, I definitely would like for them to bring in the succubus form that they were originally going to put into Half Genie Hero, where Shantae could stun enemies with her gaze, and she could float in the air, and she could summon the undead to actually do her bidding, similar to Jill from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And there's another game character, I can't think of it right now, but there was one other game character I think that had a power like that. Shanoa from Order of Ecclesia could actually summon creatures to do her bidding as well. That's the character I'm thinking of. Heck, if we're gonna go a Castlevania route, could you maybe give her the Chrysogram from Symphony of the Night? You know, make her freaking Alucard? That'd be really freaking sick. And I also want them to take some inspiration from the costume DLC and maybe let Shantae, instead of just transforming only into animals, maybe also have costume transformations that have different bonus buffs, but also have some slight drawbacks. So maybe her attacks aren't quite as powerful in the ninja form, but she's a lot faster. She can jump on walls. She can obviously use the vanish technique to get up to plateaus that she might not be able to reach with normal jumps. There's the option for that. Maybe you could bring back the Patricia Wagon uniform and let Shantae have a long-range projectile that's always at her disposal, but she just has Patricia Wagon's limitations, like she can't duck. Just a few ideas to kind of get the ball rolling, but I think that the costume DLC really introduced some neat little ideas that they can use for potential other transformations outside of the animals that she's had throughout the series. And as far as the animal transformations from before, can we get the monkey claw back from the first game? I have yet to understand why that was taken out. That was cool. It was awesome. Monkey's paw. Finally, and this is just a big personal want from me, crossovers. Whether it be with other indie characters or some big AAA guys, I want to see some crossover content, fan service in this game. Obviously, I think that stuff would be paid DLC, and heck, I would be willing to pay for it. If you told me that Miriam from Bloodstained, or Robin from Iconoclast, or Link from The Legend of Zelda, or Zelda from Legend of Zelda, or Samus Aran, oh my god, bro. If you told me that I could have Samus Aran, or Alucard, or Shanoa from the Castlevania series, or Richter or Simon as a DLC character, or maybe even a costume, just some type of reference for just some extra bonus content, that'd be insane. Especially Samus. You know, there is fan art now that Shantae is a spirit in Super Smash Brothers. There's like fan art of Samus and Shantae all over the freaking place. WayForward, I know you see the potential in this. That's money just waiting to be dropped into your bank accounts. Your bank accounts will bounce, I guarantee it. Your banks will be like, damn! If you told me that I could have Shantae and Samus playable in the same game, again, still hoping for a playable slot in Super Smash Brothers, but if you told me that I could have Samus in Shantae 5, well then you just tell me how much money you want on that check. Guys, this has been fun to talk about, and like I said, a return to form Metroidvania, revamping of transformations, and crossover DLC, those are the three main things that I feel are important. I would also like to see some fully animated cutscenes, whether it be just a standard opening or ending AMV, and full voice acting. Crossover DLC, that would just make my heart sing. It really would. She wants to get in too. Look at her. Look at her. See? Samus thinks that's A-okay, don't you, Samus? Alright, so now we've come to the good stuff. I get to read your tweets. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few and see what you guys' feedback is. What do you guys want in Shantae 5? Let's take a look. First one comes from my_Echo4. Time travel. Oh my. Or perhaps her hair can turn into various objects she can use, like a rope, or sword, or spring, etc. Okay, I like that. Actually, that makes me wonder, could Shantae 5 be hinting at that with Shantae's hair in the form of a 5? Maybe. Possibly. I guess we'll just have to see, won't we? I'm figuring you out, WayForward. I think me and Echo, we've got you figured out. Yes! JRock_1996. At the very least, a wheel with all dances at your disposal that shows up in real time with the hold of a button, similar to Half Genie Hero, but without pausing the action. Shantae does the dance for it when you have it highlighted, let go of the button, and bam, instant transformation. I like it, dude. From Dat Boy Lighten, maybe some new abilities in transformations, and also some more backstory on Shantae's parents. Very important. From Lightning Star SC, explorative yet beginner-friendly gameplay compromised between Pirate's Curse, GBC dungeon hunting, and Half Genie Hero platforming. Okay, pretty cool. More story development, GBC fighter gear, Roddy Top, Sky, and Bolo as playable characters. Yes, indeedy. Concept forms made real, Tiger and Lizard. New outfit power-ups, examples, wind resistance, defense up, etc. This one comes from William_J88. More than 5 levels. If introducing different models, don't copy paste the same levels. A different villain or a true villain that isn't risky. Yeah, I think a new villain would be pretty cool. Challenge or hero mode from the start. Hero mode, yes. Challenge mode, I think, should be unlockable. That's something that I think you should work towards. Harder bosses, definitely. More unique collectibles. A secret level would be nice. There's a lot of good stuff here, guys, and we will hopefully have to do this again. There's a lot of expectations with Shantae 5, and I'm 110% sure that WayForward is going to deliver a fantastic, phenomenal Shantae game. I have no doubt about that. Again, I just want to see them aim for bigger and better with this game. Let the ideas, let the floodgates of creativity just flow. See what works and just go for it, man. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Chat Time here on the Indie Devotee Show. I want to thank you all so much for stopping by. It was great to see you again. If you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up at the bottom. What do you want to see in Shantae 5? Please go ahead and comment down below and let me know. If you're new here and want to become a devotee, smash that subscribe button and then ring the bell to receive notifications for newly released episodes. Please follow me at any of the highlighted social media pages. I'll go ahead and leave links down in the description below. If you missed an episode or want to check out another playlist, go ahead and click onto one of those 2 tabs. Folks, we have to do this again. It's been great. Until the next time, God bless. Vive la Indies. And have a great one. I'll see you all in the next episode.